all affect the devil differently, given that he's not mortal.
Yeah, it doesn't work on me as much. That's why here in hell we make our own kind of booze. The immortal kind. To mortals it might as well be poison. Unless, apparently, you're Cuphead.
Yep.
Maybe you got a watered-down dose or something.
Or maybe I'm actually immortal.
You've died in the past, though.
And came back every time.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You got revived. Seriously, though, don't try this again.
For the devil, do you ever use your goat disguise for anything?
Yes, for whenever I want to go outside without attracting too much attention, or if I ever want to get the jump on someone. I've used it so much at this point, it's become one of my secondary forms.
Devil, has there ever been a situation when someone lost their soul to you but signed the contract with someone else's signature? If so, what did you do about it?
Oh, you'd be surprised how many times that has happened. And they all think they're smart for trying that. But no. I've designed it so that the contract notices an untruthful signature and shifts it to the correct one. And as a bonus, it cuts the false signature into the arm of whoever wrote it. So make sure to pick a signature that's pretty, because that kind of scar is staying there forever.
Hey, Mr. Wheezy, how did you end up in the casino?
Made a deal like most of the others here. Long story short, he would get me out of the slums and help me pay back my debt to a group of things that tricked me. And in return, I gave him my soul to work for him. A fair deal, if you ask me.
I know this might seem dumb, but since KD and the Dish Brothers don't have necks, can they switch heads and control each other?
Thankfully, that is not how it works. 1, 2, 3. Ah! If we put our heads on a body that ain't ours, it won't stay on unless you've got good balance.
Ow, hey,
All you get is
you
a mess.
on my face!
Any fun facts about the devil?
Whenever he goes down deeper into hell, he automatically turns super huge and his horns and teeth glow. He likes getting scratched behind the ears like a cat. His name, Devil, translates to accuser or slanderer, while another name of his, Satan, translates to adversary.
Are you researching me?
No!
Wow, Mugman, I did not know you were obsessed with me!
What? No, it's...
Honestly, can't blame you. Look at me.
That's not... Oh, come on! You probably know me and my brother's life inside out! It's only fair if I get to know stuff on you!
Uh-huh, sure. Well, you're not gonna get it from those books. They got so much wrong.
Ugh, yeah, I figured.
Don't trust everything you read, Mugshot. Actually, just don't read anything. It's a bit creepy.
Well, now you know how I feel.
For Cuphead and Mugman, what would you think would have happened if you never even went to the casino?
Well, I guess I would have never made that bet, which means no journey or soul collecting, which means everyone would have still been in debt. And they might have paid it in the end. Don't think we would have ever run into them then. So it's good that we came back here then, and that we made that bet. Otherwise, they would have probably been down in hell. Yeah.
Doesn't sound that bad to me.
Oh, come on. If we never came here, then we wouldn't have become friends.
You think your friendship is worth losing 21 souls? Alright, I was joking. Is that what you wanted to hear? Huh? You little...
So you admit we're friends?
For the Cupbros, it's an entire year, and I'm still not over how your body can just yeet out of existence when dead, and then it gets yoted right back in when slapped to life. Like, how? All it leaves me to wonder is this. Is casually dying just the norm in your world? Does it just not faze anyone anymore? When did it even start, actually? And why?
No. I don't think casually dying is very normal, and neither is being brought back to life. It might as well be with all the crime and violence in the streets, if you ask me. But no, we were pretty surprised that we could just die and come back like that. But those were the perks of the potion we had. When we fought everyone, they were really surprised as well. Did you just kill my bro? Whoopsh! And I'm back! You know, when one of us dies again, once we come back, we should yell something like, I'm back! Or, thought I was done!
How about we try not to die at all?
Oh, it's happened so much now, it's gonna happen again.
Why are we just talking about dying so casually? This isn't normal!
Mugs, we've crossed the astral plane like 3 times now. It's not a big deal.
Dice, why did you ever go to the casino in the first place? And do you still like it there?
What did I do before working here? Well, not much. Traveled a lot from place to place, never stuck to a proper job for over a few weeks, never kept out of a gang for over a few weeks, not much to like.
Really? Nothing else?
What are you playing at?
Oh, come on. I'm pretty sure you and the devil know me and my brother's entire life at this point.
Oh, we're your employers. We get to know.
But as friends, it would be fair if you shared some more stuff about you too. Come on, open yourself up. Get past your fear of being vulnerable.
What?
I'm grasping at straws here. Share your secret, mysterious, dark past.
You realize I could have just been some regular Joe who just happened to come across this place.
Anticlimactic.
Cuphead, Mugman, have you ever celebrated any special occasion at the casino? For example, birthdays, promotions, bar mitzvahs, anything like that.
Nah, not really. Don't think we've worked here long enough for something like that yet. Sure wish I could get a promotion, though.
But enough to get thrown into a bank robbery. Though, if we're talking about actual special occasion, I overheard Dice and Devil talking about a party here at the casino. I think they're gonna invite all the leaders of hell or something.
Really? Does this mean we'll get to meet the other big leagues of hell?
As long as you promise not to start any fights with them.
Also, the devil, sorry if I'm making this a long ask, do the people who become staff at the casino become immortal? Or will they all die at some point?
Oh, if only. Unfortunately, all mortals who've come in touch with immortality, which I can't give, things just didn't go well for them. So, no. They will all die someday.
To Mugs, do you think Elder Kettle was a part of the Co-Animi a long time ago?
Well, the Calyx Harmony existed hundreds of years ago, so probably not. He did know many stories about it, though. Maybe they were passed down the family. Or maybe he just studied it a lot, as I am now.
How does the ranking on demons and such work? Just a curious thing. It's just hard to, ranking on demons. What's this?
Ranking? Well, to put it simply, there's the dumb ones and the smart ones. How it works is the smart ones use the dumb ones for more power. Won't get too into it, but basically there's the average citizen of hell. They're either their own boss or work for someone else. There are judges who specialize in judging souls of the damned. They always love a debate about morals. Don't get them started on it. And punishers, those who do exactly as the name suggests. Own a certain portion of sinners to punish and lower demons that work for them. Usually stick to their preferred circle, of which there are 9. Then there's more fancier titles like Dukes and Marquis, but all those work under the rank of Prince of Hell. It's the private circle of leaders running this joint that is the underworld. I'm sure you know some of them, Lilith, Aziel, Abaddon, Asmodeus, and so forth. And the more souls you have or take, the greater you are. Of course, they all work under the one holding the rank of Lord of Hell. Which is, of course, yours truly. And the one with the rank of Lord of Hell's right-hand man.
For King Dice, ever wonder if the reason you only see the devil staring back is because you're the only thing he desires?
Oh, believe me, I don't need demon eyes to see that.
Hi, do you guys celebrate Pride Month over there?
Of course we do. We've also got Wrath Month, Gluttony Month, Envy Month, Greed Month, Sloth Month. Oh, make sure to stick it out for Lust Month.
Hey, Devil and Dice, has any member of your family ever visited the casino?
Anyone in my family who would have wanted to come here, first they'd have to figure out how to get out of the fiery pit they're in. So no.
Well, depends on what kind of family you mean. Azazel, Abaddon. Sometimes. They come by to relax a bit, maybe get a few souls, but mostly just to pester me. They, along with a bunch of other princes, will be coming over again for the party that Dice and Lilith talked me into throwing.
Lilith, who works at your place?
Hey, nice They want to talk to you.
Oh, am I getting interviewed too now?
Apparently.
Well, in that case, move over, Prince of Darkness.
Already leaving.
It depends what place you're talking about. I own quite a few. Pretty important Prince of Hell, you know. I have a whole range of demons working for me. Finest chefs and witches, beautiful musicians and dancers. Exotic, if you prefer. As well as, of course, hitmen, slaves, assassins. I also keep a few of my debtors as little pets for fun.
Basically what I own, but not as many.
Hey.
Hey, Dice, what's your favorite makeup brand?
Jin Cosmetics is pretty good. It's made in hell and run by Azazel?
The Cupbros. If you had superpowers, what would they be and why?
We did have superpowers, remember? The whole magical bullets coming out of our fingertips, our souls turning into huge wrestling machines and being able to come back to life? That's what we'd like to have again. And why? Muggs, you're gonna have to do the whole thing where you get your notes and explain the Lisprin Helios Talbo ad Napzips. What you doing? Trying to summon ancient spirits will bring back our powers. Get out! Okay. Knock before you enter! Just don't tell them where we work. It might scare them away. Okay. You know, flying would be a cool superpower.
Lilith? Are or were you married to Asmodeus? While I'm here, let me just say your art is so freaking cool. Right!
He wishes. Though I did once trick him into believing we were, centuries ago. He still sometimes acts like we are and won't leave me alone.
He actually believes he was the one that tricked you.
Great.
Devil, have you ever been in limbo or purgatory? Do you plan on going anytime soon?
Of course. I don't go there very often myself, but I do have demons working for me there. Though purgatory is mainly a battlefield for us, let's just call it private family business. But Limbo, oh, I got a legion of demons there, sneaking entire rivers of souls into hell. Ancient demons, long forgotten, that existed since before history can remember, much like everything else in Limbo. The place is full of them. They're stale antiques at most, and don't hold a person to them anymore, but hey, a soul is a soul. I'll let you in on a little secret, though. I have a brother who lives in Limbo. He kinda owns the place. Oh, but don't worry, he doesn't mind me sneaking a few souls from there into my wallet. His name is Samuel. People either think he's me or that he's dead. Granted, he did fake his own death. But no, really, he's just hiding away in the nonsensical attic of the universe that is Limbo. And I'm one of the only people that know that.
This is a question for the devil. If you were given the chance to, would you go back to being an angel? Like, all your wrongs would be pardoned and forgiven. Would you go back? I've been dying to ask this question ever since the first post about the devil being an angel. Lol. Good luck!
Considering how, according to them, heaven, one of my wrongs, was using my own head and refusing to be a puppet/experiment. No, I don't want to go back. I've come to realize I would seriously rather rip my own brains out than go back. The only thing I want back is...
For the devil, could you please enlighten us with what Sally Sageplay and Rumour Honeybottoms wanted when they made a contract?
Those two were kind of similar, actually. Rumour's subjects were miserable and struggling. She was overworking them to the last straw. So she made a deal with me so that I would fix it. But here's the thing. You can't just fix something like that without actually making changes to how you rule. She was too stubborn and proud to do that. So instead I made it seem like everything was better, and she was fooled for a while until realizing how much worse it's gotten. Truly an honorable queen. Sally, she fell in love with a fellow actor who didn't requite her feelings. She made a deal so that he'd be with her. So that's what I made happen. Marriage, family, all of it. But only in the play. It was all pretend. She got to indulge in her fantasy life with him on the stage, but as soon as the curtains closed, that was it.
Well, joke's on you. He did fall in love with her in the end, and now they really are married.
Yeah, after breaking the deal that she signed on.
But you didn't hold your side of the deal either.
What am I to do? Fix all their hardships in life while they stay to their twisted ways? Rumour was an aristocrat, and Stageplay wanted to force someone into a relationship.
That's kind of what you promise to do every time you make a deal. But also, people can change and learn.
Yeah, that's exactly what these deals do. They teach them a lesson.
How are they supposed to learn their lesson once they're already in hell?
Oh, don't worry. They learn their lesson. And then they feel all the guilt, shame, and regret in the world, all while they're burning in hell.
So you're not really making these deals to teach anyone anything. You just want to torture people.
I don't think the two are mutually exclusive. Also, don't berate me on not holding my side of the deal when you and your brother didn't hold up either when you were supposed to give me the contracts.
Okay, but we had a good reason for doing, a morally good reason.
Morally?
We were breaking the rules for the greater good, to save everyone from hell.
What if they deserved hell?
That's a different topic.
Ah, yes. The topic right now is that you two then attacked me in order to get out of debt that you were rightfully in.
1. You attacked us as well, and challenged Cuphead, which is just asking for a fight. And 2, you wanted people to go to hell. That's a morally bad intention, making you the villain, while we had morally good intentions of freeing people, which makes us the good guys.
Actually, in that scenario, I simply wanted people to pay their debt, which is a morally neutral, if not good, intention. Thus, I was not the villain.
A villain does not always need bad intentions. Some bad people don't think of themselves as bad. What makes them a villain is their actions.
Yes. Does that not make you the villain? You may have had an intention you saw as good, but your actions included cheating on your deal, burning the contracts, and committing violence on other people, so you're not free of the villain label either.
I agree that we had to do all that, but we, or at least I, did not enjoy it in the slightest. We recognized our actions as wrong,
Villains
but we...
can recognize their actions and still commit them, mug.
Let me finish, demon. Your evaluation does not consider the context of the debt, and not all of the debt was rightfully deserved.
Your debt was.
Your debt... What? We're not talking about me. We're talking about the debt...
No, we're talking about you.
No.
Yes, you're straw manning.
I'm not!
Dice! Judge! The offense is straw manning!
I'm not! And I'm not the offense, I'm the defense!
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Mugs, you're guilty.
Of what?
Being wrong. Do not try to debate me on good and bad guys, Mugsy. Morals are more flexible than you might think. And I just happen to be someone that one side of the moral spectrum is based off of. I've existed for longer than the planet you live on. I've rubbed elbows and taken souls from all your favorite philosophers. I hold more knowledge than your brain can even begin to theorize. It's simply impossible for you to know all the things I know, because you're immortal.
Do you want me to beat you up again?
So much for being on the defense. I am so confused.
This is a question for the devil. Why do you make people bet their souls? What exactly is a soul worth, if it's worth anything at all? Does it give you more power or something? I just really want to know.
A soul. A soul can be worth a lot. Here's what a soul is. It's what decides a mortal's afterlife. It's a documentation of their life, their core. And it also allows beings like me to have a bit of control over the mortal. Do things such as give them visions or put certain spells on them. And it allows us to see their desires, sins, guilts, memories. And ultimately, to a mortal, a soul is their ticket to any afterlife at all. To us, down here in hell, I suppose you could call souls our currency. You know what? It actually started out as a betting game between me and a few pals. Who can tempt the most mortals to give away such a seemingly precious thing? And then it became a fully fledged system. Those with the most souls are the most high class. So in a way, they do make us more powerful. And why do I tempt people to bet their souls? Well, not only is it fun to see what kinds of sins or desires people are willing to give their entire lives and afterlives away for, but the more souls I get, the more people come down to hell, and I, along with my team, get to torture them. And I get to call it justice. But, you know, I used to have another reason. Souls really are something. I used to watch them being created. I used to watch him create them. I remember I used to try and create souls myself as well. And of course, he didn't like that. He wanted them all to himself. He'd create them and release them into the world and then get them back. And I thought, well, if I could collect enough and drag them all down here, maybe for once he would know what it's like to have something stolen from him.
Chips, you're pretty chill from what I've seen. What's something interesting about your past? What about you, Fear? I know very little about you. Why is it that you're skeletal when you used to be a fully fleshed out horse?
You want something interesting about my past? Well, I reckon I could tell you about how I was a little bugger living on a farm with my ma and 13 siblings. Or I could tell you about how I robbed a moving train on horseback and returned the same farm with enough gold to turn it into a fortress. Or I could tell you about the time I fought off 7 men in a bar with a lasso in one hand and a damsel in the other. Or that time I talked a bull into drinking poison, or else what I'd do to him would be much worse. Or the time I stood the sheriff off in a duel in front of the whole town. Later in the day, the posse came looking for what happened to their dear sheriff, and the townspeople knew who did it, but they were too afraid to spill it.
All they knew was that the next time I stepped into the bar, they better have my favorite drink and cigar ready on the counter.
He's so cool.
Mm-hmm. So what about you, old horsey? What did you get back to in your day? Well, back then, when I still had flesh, I lived amongst other horses who were athletes for rich fat cats to bet on during races. My family in particular was known for their winning streak. I wasn't the fittest of the bunch. Everyone used to jokingly call me a walking skeleton. I knew I wouldn't do well in the races, and I always wondered what it'd be like to be the one betting. Doping was common. In fact, it was the secret behind my family's success. So I played by their rules. The devil gave me a little something to help enhance my strength and something else to use on the others. I was supposed to just make them ill, but they took so much of it out of desperation, thinking it'd help, that it killed them. I lived, but lost some weight. Yes, I'm alive. When I found out what happened, I thought I'd be devastated. But I didn't feel a tad bit bad. Serves them right. Because then, as a part of our deal, I went to work at the Devil's Casino and finally got to be one of the rich cats making the bets. So hey, maybe you should try a little poison yourself, cowboy.
Mangosteen! First off, you seem like a cool guy. Keep being you. Second, how did you get your name? I believe the Cupbros mentioned that you were one of the many residents of Inkwell who used to be an inanimate object, and I recently learned that mangosteen is a fruit. Did you pick your own name?
Thank you. Oh, continue being me. They're right. Long ago, I was just a regular lifeless 8-ball, but then, in a moment of spontaneous, nonsensical magical phenomenon, I thought my first thought and opened my new eyes, and the first thing I saw, a word amidst all the rest. A word unlike any other that I could read for some reason, even though I had just spawned into existence. I loved the word so much that I decided from then on it would be my name, and thus I became Mangosteen! Whoa, inspiring. I wasn't the only one either. I came to be alongside many others who, I guess in a way, were my siblings. I must have been the oldest one since I grew up fast, and soon I became so big that I had to leave the nest. I still hope that one day I might run into them when they're all grown up as well, and we can catch up on all those years we've been apart. Even if I didn't come to be like most other people without a mom and dad, I still have a family, and even though we weren't there for most of each other's lives, that's what we are. Oh, yeah. Should we tell him he was probably the only one who came to life? No, let him have this.
Hey, you Mr. Devil, I'd just like to ask you a thing or two about your business practices. Mainly, what the hell were you thinking giving the soul contracts to the people they were bound to? And what kind of system is that where the contract can be burned to void it? Did you put any thought into this at all?
Alright, listen here, you nitwit. Those runaway traitors stole their contracts to hide or destroy them, and destroy them they tried, but they couldn't. You wanna know why? They can only be destroyed in what they were created, hellfire. Look, Cuphead, give me your lighter.
Why?
I said give me your lighter.
Okay, sheesh.
Look, it's not working. Why? Because it's mortal fire, whereas... Dice? Dice, I need you to tell me that the contract I just burned was empty. Dice, if it wasn't empty, I swear I will start Armageddon.
Oh, it was empty, don't worry.
Okay, good.
Hey, Devil, do you ever think about what would happen if Michael just showed up at the casino? Do you think the workers would just end up getting into a fight with him?
Who's Michael?
Michael? Where? Not here! I'm out!
Where is he? Everybody, shut up! He's nobody.
King Dice, you mentioned that you redecorated the casino to some extent. What did it look like before?
Oh, it looked fine.
It looked terrible. It looked like the whole building was depressed. It looked like someone was gonna get sacrificed. And I get that it's hell, but if you want to attract mortals to your place, take it from someone who's lived his whole life with them. Well, the place lacked any glam or flair. It was just dark and stale and uninviting.
Yeah, like me.
Exactly. Who wants that? Oh, wait, I was kidding. I want you.
Oh, okay.
I still saved your business.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
I would like to ask 2 questions, if possible. First one for Devil. How did Cagney and Hilda end up selling their souls to you?
For Cagnation, before the deal, he was just a regular little flower, no higher than knee length. Because of that, he was often picked on and attacked by the woodland creatures. One day, he had had enough of that, and decided to make me a deal that he would become, and I quote, as big and strong as the demons that work for you. So then, snap, became one of the most feared creatures of the woods. As for Hildeberg, she used to be a pilot, but was in a crash accident that crippled her body and ended her flying career. So, she made a deal with me so that I would, and again I quote, fix me and get me back into the sky no matter what. She didn't specify how, so I decided to get a bit creative. I fixed her by giving her some robotic enhancements that allowed her to take the form of a moon. I think that's into the sky enough. Besides, it was worth the Isle's reaction to seeing 2 moons, one of which was bloody red. So that's how that happened. Except for the part where they held up their side of the deal and gave their souls because of we know who.
That's what you get for taking advantage of people in need.
Me? Taking advantage? As if I would ever.
Yay! The ask box is finally open! Hey, Devil, what did some of the other workers, Chips, Tipsy Troop, Piruletta, etc., make a deal for? And who didn't make a deal and just came for a job, like cups and mugs?
Hey, Devil, can you tell us what everyone did to end up in the casino?
Oh, they all made deals that required they'd give their souls in servitude to me, and in return I would grant them a favor. For Wheezy, I got him off the streets and out of debt. For Chips, I helped him put a rival sheriff into the ground. Fear, I provided with a drug to help him with his races. Pirouetta, she was on the run and needed security. For Pip, Dot, and Hocus, I helped them escape from a traveling freak show. For the Troop, I forever cured them from alcohol poisoning. With Mangosteen, we made a bet on his future vision, and he lost.
Wait, what was the bet?
I asked him what would happen tomorrow at exactly noon. He said he'd be relaxing at a park, and he was, a minute before noon. Then a minute later, I came in through a portal and pulled him into hell.
Wait, what? Wait, that's not fair. You knew what? Wait, what? How does it work?
He's too dumb to question it, and besides, I control the very existence of fate. Anyway, moving on. Mr. Chimes didn't actually make any deal or bets, but I kinda gave him life, so he stays with me.
Whoa, you brought him to life?
Yeah, once upon a time there was a little girl. She was a spoilt brat who was mean to everyone and didn't have any friends. So she did what every little girl would want to do and performed an ancient satanic ritual and gave me a call. She asked for friends who would obey her, so I brought her toys to life, including a little monkey plush with symbols attached to its hands. After the girl died, the monkey just stuck around.
What happened to the girl?
The little monkey crushed her head with its symbols.
Hey, what about Patchy Patchy?
Who?
Pachinko?
Oh, right, I forgot.
Cuphead and Mugman, what was your training like to become raiders at the casino?
Just the standard how to work in the kitchen and how to talk to the customers.
I like to think that our fight with the devil was our training.
Is Dice and Devil in a relationship? Like, they are willing to kiss for no reason and they seem close? I need an answer! Are the Devil and King Dice a couple? Will they get married? What would they wear? Hey, Devil Dice, are you in a relationship? Like, you enjoy kissing for no price and are close? Or are you just friends or crushes? Mr. King Dice, does anyone know about your relationship with the Devil? So, Devil and Dice, what is your relationship to Dice? What's it like having literal Satan as a boyfriend? Dice, how do you feel about your boss? So, Dev, do you and Dice have a relationship? Perhaps one you're hiding from the public? Hey, Dice, you're my favorite. Are you and the Devil a thing, or... So, King Dice, neither you or the Devil are denying that you two are in a serious relationship. Well then, I guess I'm free to ask how long you two have been in the love?
Our relationship is strictly professional. Obviously. Should we just say it? Say what? How, how I'm only using you to take your money and power and using your lack of understanding of love against you to manipulate you and take over your throne and entirety of hell. Oh, and how I'm using you for my own gain, desires, and business, and tricking you into thinking you're something greater than a tempted mortal. Oh, I love you.
For Devil and Dice, does anyone else know about your secret love? Also, I love your art so much.
Here's the thing. They probably see it. We gave up on hiding it.
In the casino, anyway. Why hide a professional relationship?
But nobody believes it.
Nobody thinks I can be in a relationship unless it's a transaction. Because, Satan, no feelings, blah blah blah. Same with you.
Yeah, 'cause I'm a cheating con man who can't stay dedicated to anyone.
Mr. Dice, how do you usually relax after a long and/or rough day at the casino?
Like this.
Hey, Cupbros, did you ever think about using your straws as weapons?
We did! We used to buy wheatstone from pork rinds to turn our straws into X's, and we would X the enemy. Well, Dita. This was back when we were collecting souls.
I do wonder if the axe was the only choice. Maybe I could have turned it into an actual sword.
Okay, last question, I swear. Do you ever still visit the cottage or no? Oh, how Muggs loves his study. I adore your comics.
No. We don't have time to regularly visit since it's all the way on the other side of the aisles. And the research is slow, to say the least. The library just happens to have so little on the aisle's background, and I keep getting sidetracked. The aisle's own background, and there's hardly anything on it. Unbelievable.
Hey Muggs, I have a hypothesis on the strange language you found, as well as the Calyx anime in general. I think that the secret society moved through Greece at some point, and here's why. One of the symbols looks like the symbol for Omega. Other possible Greek symbols in the text include Rho, Epsilon, Kappa, and maybe Zeta, the earliest we can say.
Oh. Yeah, good hypothesis. I've looked into that, and there is a resemblance, but it's not Greek exactly. It's hard to say the exact era of the mausoleums. I mean, it's part ancient Greek, and then suddenly Middle Ages. Either way, I'll keep it in mind. In the meantime, I'm heading to the library to look into our new findings. Thank you. I'll probably need it.
Cops and Mugs, do y'all remember anything about your birth parents?
Well, no, we don't remember or know anything about them. Nah, they might not have even existed. But to be honest, I really want to know who they are, or were. I don't really care for them. There's not just the Calyx Anime, we know hardly anything about, but we also don't know our own birth parents? I mean, I don't know, maybe it's for the best, maybe there's a good reason why they've never appeared in our lives. I'm just really curious. I don't know, I prefer the ancestors that had a whole temple built for them.
Cops and Mugs, if you guys have trouble with nightmares, what usually helps to calm you down the best?
This is kinda embarrassing, but when I was little, whenever I had a nightmare, I'd wake up and sneak into Muggs's bed and sleep there. He would always accidentally wake me up, but I didn't want him to feel bad, so I just pretended to keep sleeping. This one time, both of us couldn't sleep, so we snuck into Elder Kettle's room, but his bed was tiny and we didn't want to wake him up, so we just sorta camped on his floor. In the morning, he almost stepped on us. We both used to get a lot of nightmares about all those battles and constant dying. I mean, we struggled with it for a long while. Huh? These days, however, I like to think I am pretty calm when it comes to nightmares. I might have them sometimes, but they're only dreams in the end. Nowadays when, if I get them, I can't really sneak into Muggs anymore. So, I sneak up onto the roof of our apartment block. Maybe grab a snack and a smoke too, and just hang out there for a small bit. I haven't told Muggs about this yet. But lately I've been having this one dream or nightmare, I guess, that makes me feel a bit nervous about this whole thing we're doing. But I don't want to tell him that.
Hey! Who goes there? This is a restricted area! Get back here! Hey! Hey!
Check over there.
Nothing. Come on out!
Oh, shut up. Oh, look, it's just some satyrs. Calm down. Oh. Oh.
Shouldn't we be going home now?
We already came all the way here. We can't go back now.
Fine.
In honor of another successful break-in,
Let's not call them break-ins.
we will celebrate with a drinking game, counting each time we were beaten, burnt, crushed, drowned, and electrocuted to death.
Oh boy.
Alright.
So for every time you died, you take a shot. And for every time I died, I take one. Okay.
Hey, Quadratus! How many times have we died?
Back 3 years ago, when you still listened to my rhymes, you failed and perished 157 times.
I don't think I've brought enough to cover that.
Oh, thank goodness. Seemed easier than waiting round to die. Oh, well, we sure didn't have to wait long to almost pass to the other side, huh? All the times we were broken, crushed, and burned. It was so scary, but it happened so much. It was just scary how unscary it was. Does that make sense? The posse, they caught up with me. The first time I died, it was terrifying. I wasn't in my body. I couldn't feel or think, but I just knew, and it feels like something I'm not supposed to remember. But then I do. Years I've been and waiting suddenly I'm breathing again. And all my senses rush back and it hurts. And I see you. and hey, Marks! Look where I am. Hey, Quadratus, how old are you?
Centuries and centuries I am old, same as the stories that I've told.
Oh, yeah? You want to tell a story about Calyx and Nemi, or legendary Chalice?
They had wills and hearts of gold, battled creatures not of their world. Leaping and dashing across fierce and brave, they thought they'd never have to meet their grave. They'd never have their final breath, and she too would come and count her deaths.
Quadratus, how many times have I died? Quadratus?
Throughout all your adventures in my rhymes, you have fallen and perished 573 times.
Whoa! Impossible, huh?
That's not how I would describe dying again and again. Your guardian friend warned you not to use this power in vain.
Relax, he's not worried. He's busy mingling with the others. He also fell asleep back at the cathedral.
One day you'll be at the end of the line, and no one will be around to save you.
Quadratus. We've also brought back people who've been dead for weeks. I could die right here, right now. And someone will come by and revive me. Don't worry, until I grow weak and old. If that will ever really happen. I will not disappear.
I do wonder if the axe was the only choice. Maybe I could have turned it into an actual sword.
I see you have already tested out my new spell. Did it work?
See for yourself. Works like a charm.
Mugs, does Dice still teach you how to do card tricks?
Yeah, he still teaches me tricks and shuffling techniques. You know, the key to it is essentially just misdirection. I actually started carrying around a deck of cards everywhere to practice with.
You got it. Come on. Oh well.
No! Oh, sorry. Again.
You'll get there. It took myself months to learn.
But, wait. Don't you just have your card levitating powers?
How do you think I developed those?
You got your powers by doing card tricks?
Pretty much. You spend each day practicing and learning and getting quicker and quicker until it becomes as easy as magic.
Huh. Did you learn how to change pictures on the cards by doing that as well?
Yup. It's all just the same card manipulation.
Wow. Do you think I'll be able to do the same?
I bet on it. After all, you've got a teacher as amazing as me, don't you?
Did someone teach you as well?
Yep. Who? Only the best teacher in the world.
Which is?
Money and greed.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Hey, Devil, do you have any regrets? If so, what's your biggest? Sorry if I already answered.
If everything that happened had to have happened for me to end up where I am right now, then I regret nothing.
And Devil, would you ever want back your wings?
I will never understand why you people feel the need to justify your actions using him. Nor will I ever understand how someone could believe that a prayer is enough to make up for their actions. You just can't take responsibility. I did it in God's name. The devil made me do it. Always pinning it on someone else, and at the same time putting all your life under the volition of another being. The guilt, the self-pity, the regret. Is it so strong that you can't help it, that you would sacrifice your free will? I would rather ravish in the thought of regretting actions that I choose with my own free will than live content committing actions that someone else chose for me. Nobody chooses for me. Nobody controls me. He will not control me.
Devil, dice, cups, and mugs. Do any of you believe in fate? Or rather, someone being doomed to fail?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really think about it that much. Maybe? Like, if the devil exists, then, well, maybe that means fate exists as well. And if it does, then I hope fate's got plenty of luck and riches coming my way. Fate is defined as a development of events outside a person's control or to be destined or predetermined by a supernatural force to act in a certain way. So, by that, the existence of fate would mean that free will or even random chance does not exist. And does free will actually exist? I mean, seeing how we rarely do have supernatural forces acting on the world, this question that could have stayed philosophical and conceptual now actually carries much more heavy weight to it. Are we actually free? Honestly, I don't think we are. I don't think fate as we define it exists. But I think certain events predetermine the happening of future events, like a ripple effect. We don't really have control of our decisions because we can't control what we want or how one event might lead to another. Call this more psychological evaluation of the question. And if we can control something, we like to think that something else that is intelligent and sentient, for example, a deity, is controlling it. Because the thought of randomness and chance controlling our lives is, well, scary. And is there a deity controlling our lives? Well, the fact that my boss is Satan begs the assumption that yes, there is. But I won't take that as a key to a straight answer because here's the kicker. How much control does that deity really have, and does that deity have free will himself?
Fate is a huge, cruel, messy game of poker. Some people are luckier than others, and some people might say that once the cards are drawn, the winners are decided before the game even begins. And you can either be complacent and just roll with it, thinking, it's destined to happen the way it does, or you can learn when to fold, when to bet, how to read your opponents, and make things play out how you want them to. Fate is another fancy illusion. It's up to you if you fall for it. Okay, take it from someone who saw the fabric of space and time get created. If you define fate as a set of events pre-written by a higher being, then you also have to define fate as a poorly written script made by someone who is just as clueless as the creatures he's writing the script for. A script you definitely have the potential to go against. It's a very weak script, and whether or not someone is doomed to do something really stems down from whether you perceive that something as bad or not. There is no objective fate. The script was written by a subjective mind.
Does it really matter though? Like, in the end, we'll still live our lives however we live them.
Not meaning to sound rude or anything to you boys, but why does Cuphead get so mad when people talk about Elder Kettle?
Mad? I don't get mad. A little annoyed, maybe, but I don't get mad. He doesn't mean to appear that way, but, well, sometimes when he gets emotional, he becomes defensive. Please don't think he means any harm or anything.
Mr. King Dice, you already told cups and mugs about the meanings of diamonds and spades, but you never talked about clubs and hearts. What do they represent?
Oh, right, I didn't talk about those two, did I? Well, clubs are all about knowledge, thinking, innovation, the future.
They're communicators, they're creative, they're thinkers, educators, and are stubborn as a mule. They can be quite bullheaded, but either way, they always find new ways to subvert the status quo. They can change things. Hearts are... about what you'd expect. Love, family, the soul, all that soft schmuck. They're social, they're emotional, they're lively. And a pretty self-explanatory suit. Just look at the symbol. Closely.
King Dice, where are your parents now? If they're dead, then how did they die?
Ma died of some... lung disease? Pops got shot in the street after... somebody who just happened to have been in contact with him. Sold his location when he was on the run to a group of rivals. For some cash. But you know, it's just business. Easy money.
Dice! I just wanted to know, out of everything in the world you could take back, from a bad choice to a simple lie, what would it be? Dice, do you have any regrets? If so, what's your biggest? Sorry if Hardy answered.
Of course I have regrets. Regrets are inevitable. I used to collect them like those demons collect souls. Though, when I began accepting who I really am, some of the regrets went away. But that does mean that the biggest ones stayed. And you're not gonna get to find out what those are.
Hey, Dice, how often do you think about your family anymore?
I don't dwell on it. On that or regrets. What happened, happened. It'd be a waste of time.
To King Dice, is there anything you really regret of not doing?
We just have to play what we get dealt to the best of our ability. Manipulate it to favor us and stop feeling sorry for ourselves.
Dice, do you ever wish that your parents were better people? And do you have any visible scars from the cigarettes? Talk about it to Muggs. He might be able to at least be ears to listen to you. If anything, it might just be nice to talk about it.
How's Cagney holding up? Has he started a garden or what? I hope he's doing okay. Best of luck!
No, actually, instead I joined a garden. At least that's what I thought. Yeah, turns out I'm in a gang.
Aw, Mug still has the ribbon on his handle. I found that super heartwarming. On another note, what garden/gang did Cagney join? Like, are they drug runners, scammers, robbers? Also, a question for Cuphead and Mugman. So, you're waiters right now. Have you had any interesting customer experiences? Such as an unnecessarily rude walrus, or someone so dumb it can't be put into words?
Yeah, that what you said right there? Garden Gang? Such a dumb name. Ugh. I don't know everything about them, but druggers, thieves. Yeah, that's these idiots. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to mention, moiterers. They have this big heist coming up. Say it's gonna change their lives forever. Like these shrubs are ever gonna get anywhere. Well, I guess there are bound to be a few. Every now and then, someone will end up causing a scene. The table ain't big enough. The entrance ain't big enough. Every now and then, there's some idiot who is either stupidly stubborn or just can't read. And, you know, being a casino run by the devil, this place attracts some, strange folk. So what'll it be? Yeah. I don't speak voodoo. Sorry, ma'am, I don't think you can bring the damned souls that are your eternal slaves inside. Also, how did you know about the walrus?
So is that liquid in your brains or something? Oh, what if I tip it over? You know, I could drink it maybe, or maybe you could wobble it over with your brains.
If the cups sleep with their heads on their nightstands, then why are there pillows on the bed? Plus, it looks like Cagney joined a regular old garden variety gang.
We just kind of always had them. They complete the look, I guess.
Whatever the hell I joined, I want out!
I really hope Cagney is okay. Cagney, if you're okay, please let us know.
Oh yeah, don't you worry. I'm absolutely okay. I am so okay. Just perfect. Oi, who you talking to, Ginger?
Hey Cagney, missing anyone special while you're in the gang? A Daisy? Maybe a certain Zeppelin woman?
Well, I promised Hilda I would write her a letter once I settled down here. Guess that ain't happening anytime soon. She probably thinks I'm too distracted by the vibrant city life. So far, my city life has been stuck in the gang's crack house. And yeah, several daisies. You wanna know why? These thugs fed him to their huge man-eating flytrap. They murdered 5 of my dazzlings. Oh, shut it, Mr. Drama. We only used 4. 4? Then how come I'm missing 5? That's what I thought. Now shut it!
Okay, so I have 3 questions. For Mugman, can you ask Tuli if he knows something about Cagney? I mean, they are flowers. Maybe they can be relatives.
I really doubt that just because they're both flowers, they are straight away related. I guess it's a possibility. Besides, Cagney has never told us about any siblings. But hey, if she comes by again, I'll ask if she knows him. Oh gee, thanks. How much meth should I expect in this one? Not as much as in the last one, unfortunately. Wait, that was a joke. Was there actually—
Julie, the boss is calling a briefing.
Yeah, coming. Huh? Did they not close the door properly? Wow. Ha! Holy shit! It worked! Why haven't I tried that before? Oh, those idiots! I'm getting out of here.
This might seem a little out of the blue, but have you boys considered looking for Cagney? He's gotten a bit in trouble with the wrong crowd.
We were gonna go looking for him so that we could return Daisy back.
What kind of crowd, exactly?
Almost any crowd could be the wrong crowd for him. He's not a city kind of guy.
True. Still, here in Inkwell City, you never know what kind of crowd you'll come across. I don't get it. Why do we bother with the guy? He's given us jack shit on that place. We had to send our own guys there if we wanted anything. We haven't tried any of the good ways to make him talk yet. If you ask me, we should—
No need for that. He's not lying when he says he doesn't know anything. If he did, then why not say anything that would help him get back at those that wronged him, but agree to grow a few of those critters for us?
For the record, you still forced me to do that.
That's one of the reasons why he's still useful to us. Plus, the guy's got the strength of a demon. If we could control that, then...
Besides, we could do our leverage against the 2 Dish brothers if we run into them.
And we haven't questioned them about those 2 yet.
So, we barely know where they live. So we know that they work in the casino. For some reason, thought them and Satan would hate each other. Weren't they the ones that defeated him? Them? Working for him? Oh, shit. He did something to them, didn't he? Damn it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe that a couple of kids managed to do that. Or is Satan just a wuss? Should we be more afraid of them than him?
Neither. We got a job to do, and we're gonna do it. I just got off the phone with Forkington and he was getting all impatient on me. We don't have time to be afraid of anyone. The brother's magic has long faded anyway. And besides, the red one is an idiot that will do anything for a bit of cash. And the blue one is just a nervous wimp.
Did she just... Oh, don't you act like you don't know them, bitch! Shit, I gotta warn them. And get them out of here. But first, I gotta get out of here.
Hey Cagney, why don't you go visit everyone? They're worried.
Already on my way. I just gotta find the room where they're keeping my daisies. My babies!
Where is Cagney currently? Does he know that one of his little weeds are missing, or does he not care?
A friendly warning from me. Call them weeds one more time and they will disembowel you. Right after I unlock this.
What the? Shit! He's out!
So, did Cagney ever escape? Is Cagney okay? I hope he's not hurt.
Zounds! He's like a rabid dog! I knew Woodroots were more feral, but jeez!
He's weaker than before. Sure you didn't hit him too hard on the noggin? Pretty sure it has something to do with the fact that he hasn't seen the sun for weeks. Also, yeah, I have been lacing the soil with stuff.
You serious?
Gotta test it somehow. Smart, right?
No.
Could the two of you shut up and help get him to turn back?
How are we supposed to do that?
Hey, Carnation. Look at me. You'd better stop acting like an animal and listen up. Because if you don't, I should tell you that not only are your precious daisies at stake, but we got word that a friend of yours is in town. Hilda Berg. Right, there we go. She's the Blood Moon, isn't she? Maybe she'd like to visit the flower garden as well.
You alright, Cags?
I am going to die here.
Cagney, do you have any idea how badly you messed up?
He knows.
Be prepared! The plant gang is cooking something up!
Oh, we were cooking, all right. Drugs. Yeah, they get it.
Did Cagney manage to free his daisies from the plant gang? I'm worried about him.
He totally did, and we're totally not gonna turn them into little tea bags. I thought you people made drugs, not tea. We do both. Any floral stuff, we sell it. And you make it out of... people. Sometimes. Why are you so off-put by that? You're literally feral or something. You're from the forest. I thought you ate people. But those daisies are hardly people anyways. I eat non-sentient plants and bugs. I try not to eat people. So... insect people. No! Well, yeah. No, I eat wild creatures. It's the forest. I have to eat. I thought the city was gonna be different. Nah, it's honestly the same as the forest in that regard. Just more organized.
Hey, Cuphead, Mugman, do you guys have special keepsakes from your childhood? Like a favorite toy, storybook, or a blanket?
Yeah, we've kept a lot of stuff from our childhood. Almost everything that we have has been with us since the cottage. Well, anything that looks that old anyway. Except for the stuff that we've snatched from the temple. That's way older. I guess our keepsakes are our photo album and the old storybooks that Elder Kettle used to read to us.
I have a couple of questions for the Dish Brothers. Do you think with the research Muggs is doing, you'll be able to get powers back?
Yeah, that's the idea. Oh, I miss being able to shoot magic bullets from my hand. Oh, I hope so. If we can find out more about the history of Calyx and Emmique, we might also find out how to make the potion that gives us those powers. And possibly even more.
Cuphead, do you like magical items?
Hell yeah, I like magic stuff. I'm technically a magical item myself. Actually, some of our most important keepsakes are magical. We've still kept our heart pendants from pork rind. They give extra strength to whoever wears them so they can take more punches. We broke one of them though. I've also kept the smoke bomb. It still works and can make the wearer disappear and phase through solids in a puff of smoke. But the most important one of all, though, and the most magical, is Elder Kettle's inkwell. The mystical inkwell, he called it. It's kind of hard to explain, but when you draw a picture with ink from this thing, the picture becomes a small world you can enter, as if you step into the drawing through the paper. Yeah, actually, that wasn't really hard to explain. But it's not as easy as just doodling and jumping right in. It only worked when Elder Kettle used it, and we have no idea how that even works. It's probably for the best, honestly. Otherwise, Muggs and I would have drawn up something crazy and gotten lost in it. So, we've been trying to figure out how it works, but so far, nothing. And something about it has been on my mind. I mean, honestly, a lot of things have. And this is going to sound stupid, and I know Mugman will definitely think this is stupid, but back then, when we were fighting King Dice and the crew, it felt very similar to how this inkwell worked. We shrunk, and were thrown from place to place like teleportation. And it was all controlled by Dice, and even the crew's bodies changed, and it felt trippy. The best way to describe it is we shrunk and went through a bunch of small worlds. Kind of like how we'd be shrunk and go into a small world drawn with the inkwell. Makes me think, what if Dice has something similar to this thing? See, I told you it was stupid.
Lucy, I've heard a rumor about some sort of party for the top dogs of hell occurring at the casino. What's that all about? Sounds exciting. And who's on the guest list?
Princes of Hell and their servants of choice, as well as mortals of Inkwell City. Lilith thought the princes deserved a party to get their minds off of things. I think she might be too generous, though. And Dice just wants to get to torment them, so... come one, come all.
Mugman and Cuphead, if you had a chance to talk to Elder Kettle again, what would you tell/ask him?
I don't know. There's so much I would want to do. Spend more time with him, thank him for everything he did for us, tell him about what's been going on, and ask so
many questions. Say I'm sorry for always being a brat and always getting into trouble. And probably really stressing him out.
Mugman, have you considered asking Mr. Devil about the Calyx Armani? He's been around for forever. It's reasonable to think he might know something.
It's Calyx Anemi, and I have. But seeing all the angelic imagery of those drawings where the warriors would use their magic to kill demons, I don't think I want the devil to know we're pursuing that power. Oh, don't get me wrong, I like the devil. I just do what any sensible friend of the devil would do. And not trust him.
Hey Devil, what did the imps find in Elder Kettle's house?
Nothing. You found nothing.
Well, they took everything that belonged to him with them. Everything important, anyway.
That means they have the inkwell.
What does that mean for us? Well, they might use it against us.
No, this could be good. They can figure out how to use it and solve this little potion mystery for us. And then we'll take a bit for ourselves.
So... we did good then?
Indeed. However, you have been exposed to some sensitive information, which is why you are hereby relieved of your duty. May you experience your preferred level of pain during the following.
Stop burning the imps.
Oh, it's satisfying. Leave me alone.
Are you sure all of this is worth it, boss?
Oh, believe me, it is.
You know you could just talk to them about it? I'd sure wanna. You hardly want to explain anything yourself.
The plan stays the same, Dice. The only change is that we're not turning those two into demons or killing them anymore. Since, you know, they're more useful alive.
Uh-huh.
And if they found out, they'll get suspicious. Well, Mugman will anyway. Their trust is the closest I've got to the potion.
Because sneaking around their childhood home is far less suspicious.
I can't risk this, Dice. It's been too long. It's getting worse. And worse. And you've seen it. And I tried to keep you out of it.
Which was your first mistake. Oh, just promise me you won't do anything stupid, alright?
That's what I have you for. To stop me from impulsively starting Armageddon or whatever it is I do.
And promise me you won't worry about this during the party and actually enjoy yourself.
Now you're asking for too much. Fine.
Hey, Mugman, I've been wondering this for a while now. What is your inspiration to research as much as you do? Also, artist, your art is so dang amazing. I'm a beginner artist, and you're my inspiration.
I have a number of, inspirations. I've died so many times. Death is so sudden. It could happen at any moment. Everything could end at any moment. And I wouldn't even realize it. I'm not even sure where I'll go when I die. With the potion, death was just an inconvenience. And then it ended. And Elder and Chalice. We really remembered what death actually is. I've moved on. I'm not mourning. It's a part of life, but the unpredictability of it, it's not even scary. It's more infuriating. One day I'll disappear and never see where we'll go. Never do anything I could have done. I hate being at its mercy!
Spades are about, well, death, illness, loss.
It's simply impossible for you to know the things I know, because you're mortal.
Maybe I'm meant to be greater than this.
No. Do not put yourself at odds with death. There are many things you cannot control, and to try would to end in your demise.
You... Oh, gosh. You don't get to say anything. As far as I know, death means nothing to you. You live forever. You...
Yes, I've existed for far longer than you, so listen to me especially.
You don't know what it's like.
Mugman, you're being brash, and also you're intoxicated. I have seen the same mistakes get made.
I don't have to be like them. I can be better. That's the point of history. I'll know better. I'll learn better.
Can't.
I've fought the devil, Lucifer himself. I've died before and come back. I've spent nights just rereading the same textbook over and over, staring at the same inkwell over and over, and you're telling me that I can't?
Yes.
Why?
Because mortals weren't meant to know these...
Oh, I'm getting a little fed up with my mortality. We deserve to know. I deserve to know.